Hello and welcome to the very first round where we want the die roll and we'll play first. This is a decent hand. Wouldn't want to mulligan this. I mean, we have turn 2 Looter or turn 2 Nightscape into maybe, I hope, some reanimation effect. So we're against blue-green at this point, or at least that's the only thing I can see. Depending on what we draw, we lead out with this. I think leading out with Looter is just stronger because it gives card selection, and that changes something because if you draw an island, the Jace is stronger, but we have to draw the island. It's a bit of a gamble and I don't want to take it at this point, so we'll play the Looter. If you draw an island, of course we would have gotten rewarded, but I think it's a bit too greedy, and even if he has a mana leak we would never gotten there, so let's hope we draw a land though. Okay, draw a card, then discard. I'll discard the Mirror Battlesphere here, play an island, and then play the Nightscape Familiar. And then next turn we can cast Jace. Mirror Battlesphere in the graveyard is decent. See what he does here. He seems to have a play, or he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Do you want to play the Jace into 3 open mana? That's the question against a deck like this. If he casts something, I'm obviously running out Jace. If he doesn't cast something, I'm not sure. So we did draw the reanimate here. So we'll attack first with both of them, see if he has something. He might have repeal, and then we just reanimate Mirror Battlesphere and win from there, or play Jace. Let's say, of course, he targets this. So we attack with both of these. He doesn't block because he can't. Here we discard. Interesting. We can discard Kokusho, which is a late game creature. Now we'll discard Kokusho and then just target reanimate on the Battlesphere. And he doesn't have a card for that. So here he can have Damnation, but after Damnation I can follow it up with the Jace. He can have a big creature which I can control magic, and if he has nothing he is dead. So this is an oblige effect though, it's a bit risky. But you saw why I need cards like this. It just basically drew me in all the cards I needed. And with all the cards I needed, I mean lands. Let's go to attackers, and we'll attack with the Looter, not with these of course. We'll attack with the Looter as well. Do you want to use the ability? Yes. Tok, tok, tok. Make sure I do them all this time. So he goes down to 3 here. If he doesn't block, he doesn't. Yeah, I think we have to discard control magic, then not play the Welder, or we can just discard the land. Welder is really good here. Because if he has mass removal, we can run out to Welder and then run out to Precursor Golem eventually. He has to have an out to this board though, so we'll see what it does. We'll see what kind of deck he plays. In the first instance, he has to remove this because else just trigger will kill him, and then he has to get rid of most of the creatures. We can always regenerate this as well if he has some kind of mass removal spell. So gifts ungiven, yeah. Oh, I see what he does. So he gets... what can he get here? I'm not a big fan of gifting cube. Having to get 4 cards and then 4 separate cards, and I actually decide what goes into your graveyard. Yeah. Not so great, is it? So obviously I want Sneak in his graveyard because he can't cast it and do the regrowth. I might just put Sneak and Mountain in his graveyard. Cut him from that color of land. What is his fourth card? Because if he has to go to regrowth into sneak attack, he has to have some kind of upheaval. So here I think I put the upheaval and the sneak attack into his graveyard. He has to have Dark Ritual, gives him 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then he can't activate sneak either, so I will do it like this. He gets the regrowth and the mountain, and we'll see what he does with it. Obviously I don't want him to have upheaval, even though I probably win by just casting Welder and attacking with it. So he has Frantic Search, yeah, that's fine. I'm also not a big fan of Frantic Search unless you play combo, which he does. He has Tooth and Nail and Volcanic Fallout gone. Volcanic Fallout would have been good though. And Tooth and Nail, so he's just trying to cast big things, right? That's his kind of deck at this point, so I have to be the aggressor. Four colors though, and I basically have most of this fix. So yeah, he prioritized other stuff over the fix and lost the first game. So here we go to sideboard. We might sideboard in Ravenous Rats against a deck like his. We might board in Visara over Kokusho or over Grave Titan, just because he's so centric on keeping cards on in his hand, stuff like that. I do not have enough information at this point to bring in Persecute, and I'll also bring in the Undermine, just because he's basically casting big spells. What do I want out here? So we want to keep in the Mass Remover, right? I think we want to remove Kokusho here because it's not such a big deal. We brought in Ravenous Rats, and what do you want out? That's a good question. Do we actually want Ravenous Rats in here? Just because he's such kind of a deck. So Nightscape Familiar didn't do that much. It did something for us, obviously, but I still think it's a bit narrow for everything. But it's better than Ravenous Rats now. We still have a minute and a half to think about this. We might just remove Trinket Mage. Yeah, let's remove Trinket Mage, and let's remove Oblivion Stone. Or remove the Welder and bring in the Trinket Mage again. What did Welder do for us against a deck like his? It probably doesn't do a lot. But then is Trinket Mage better than Oblivion Stone? I think so, because it's a creature that can hit really hard. So we'll keep it like this, and we won't mulligan this. We have turn 1 Ancestral Visions, which is basically our only play at this point, but it's strong enough to keep. It's a bit of a keep, I agree. And seeing what he plays Baleful Strix, and a card I wouldn't have mind picking up myself. So, but at this point, hindsight 2020, right? We actually didn't see this, I think. No, I won't like to play. I don't want to pay 2 life. So we get Thirst for Knowledge, which is really great, even though we sideboard out a lot of the cards we want. We sideboard out Goblin Welder. So, but we have a bunch of card draw here, don't we? We get Thirst for Knowledge, discard the Battle Sphere. Hope we draw something insane. A Jace would be really good. Yeah, you can impulse away. We basically have no out against a sneak attack though. So we might wanted Kokusho in. Well, we do have outs. We have Oblivion Stone. We have all this dust. We do have some outs, but I don't think we have enough outs if we can cast it this turn. It's basically any card, right? Yeah. He's gonna attack first, yeah. Please go to end step. And he does, so we play Thirst here. And we discard the Battle Sphere. Okay. And here we just cast Reanimate on it. So we go down to 11. We play Cryptologist just because it's a good card, and then we level it. If he has mass removal, he has mass removal. There's nothing we can do about that. He's gonna keep this behind, but I can just start attacking with the tokens if I want to. But I probably attack with the Battle Sphere, doing 4 damage anyway. He has to block. I kill his creature, and then I still have the tokens here. It's the same result, but I have them with the Battle Sphere in my graveyard, so if I get Necromancy, it comes back into play. We can also double level Cryptologist as just start drawing cards. We're gonna draw extra cards with Ancestral Visions anyway. It's looking good at this point, unless he obviously gets Sneak Attack into play, which he does. So let's see if he attacks. He doesn't, and we need to find an out against Sneak Attack. You must cast a spell, so obviously we will cast a spell. And now we draw Remand, we draw Vizara, we draw a bunch of cards we could have used against it, but not in time. So we'll attack just with the Battle Sphere here. I think we'll use the ability for like 3 or for like 2 and just have 2 blockers. See if he blocks. He should. He does. So this dies. Then we'll put a level counter on this just once. Because we want to keep the Remand open, we have to discard, so we'll discard the lands. Then next turn we can cast Vizara and stop his sneak attack. But let's hope he actually doesn't have a creature that instead gives me. It's likely, but we'll see. So that's why he plays blue, right? So just Brainstorm, Impulse, Baleful Strix. Okay. If he just hardcasts a creature, I can control magic it. And keep Dreamland up, so. What are you doing? He also has Volcanic Fallout, which is something I have to keep in mind. So he plays Frantic Search, so it probably doesn't have a creature at this point. Which I'm fine with. Drafting Sneak Attack, I'm not that happy with that card. I mean, what creature basically kills me at this point, right? What creature does 11 damage? It's only Emrakul. Some of the Annihilators are good, even though with these cards probably isn't. He untapped other lands, so maybe he has something blue to cast. No, it's floating a black mana. Oh, I see. He tapped mana too much for it. Seems odd. So it's floating a mana which he kept tapped. So there's nothing there that I should be scared of. So he has 5 mana. He's gonna activate Sneak Attack once. Bringing Palinchron. Oh, I see. And just get a bunch of extra mana. That's fine. I mean, it obviously isn't fine, but there's nothing I can do about it. And if he casts a big spell, I can always remand it. If it's something I want to control magic, I'll control magic it. It depends on what it is, of course. He's gonna activate sneak attack once more, I think. It seems odd to do it like this. I'm really curious why he wants to float a bunch of mana. So he's gonna activate sneak attack again. So Wheel of Fortune, will I let that resolve? I think I do. I have 2 counters. It discards those, so it discards the remand as well. And if I rebound it, he has to... No, I'm gonna put it back in his hand. Because if he wants to play it again, he has to go with the Love Cloud Reaches and play it again, and doesn't have the extra red to do it. So yeah, he's gonna replay it, I think. Nope, he's gonna play Time Spiral, which is actually better for me. So yeah, I don't mind that. It's an interesting deck at least to see what he's doing. So I basically did draw 2 counters again. I also drew Reanimate, but that doesn't matter at this point, does it? Unless I go with the Enclave. And again, an interruption. I'm so tired of this shit. So basically I can kill this when he tries to return it. He doesn't have the mana floating for it, and I'll just go for it here. Getting a bit tired of his antics. So we'll kill it. He basically has infinite combo anyway. I was thinking about it, but of course because of the distraction I missed 1 loop. And this might cost me because he's gonna get a bunch of mana again. He has 6 cards in hand. He has 8 mana. And I do no longer have the cards I want. I can always necromancy it and basically float a bunch of mana myself. I think end of turn obviously I'll use Enclave, see what I draw and discard something. But we'll see what he does. So he still has nothing, I think. Which is interesting. I mean, he had a really strong turn. And he still has a really strong turn, but it seems that his hand is emptied. Unless of course he drops something insanely good here. Or drew something insanely good. Nope, he's just gonna cast something. Volcanic Fallout is fine. First one to activate this. And I think I'll discard it. I don't know what else I want to discard though. We might discard Reanimate. We won't be using that because it costs us life. So we go down to 5. Yeah. Then Necromancy, the Palinchron. Necromancy the Palinchron, untap a bunch, get a bunch of mana, play Sense of Divining Top, play a bit with it. He's gonna gift, get an insane amount of creatures, I guess. So I can actually gift one of his creatures. Let's see what he gets. Yeah, I can Necromancy one of his gifted creatures. Let's hope he has Iona or Woodfall Primus, stuff like that that can kill the sneak attack. Because if I can kill the sneak attack, it's GG, right? So he has Kozilek. What does this do? It doesn't actually do anything if I put it in his graveyard. It becomes reshuffled. But it's really strong if he can sneak attack it in. Mystical Tutor is not something I'm at mind. I don't see what he can Mystical Tutor for. Negate, I'll probably give him. So at this point, Kozilek and Mystical Tutor is going in the graveyard. And Wheel of Fortune, so yeah, these two he can have. He obviously can't have Kozilek. And I think Mystical Tutor, it's slow though, so do I want the Wheel of Fortune gone over that or the negate? Good question. So how many mana do I have next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Minus 3 plus 6, so that's 9. So I can draw all his dust. And he has nothing at this point. Wheel of Fortune does get rid of a bunch of my cards, but it also restocks the amount of cards. Same for him though. So yeah, let's get rid of the Wheel of Fortune. So he has Mystical Tutor and Negate. Oh, is the entire graveyard? Oh, that's fine. Doesn't matter. So we drew a land. That doesn't matter. We float a bunch of mana. Colorless, obviously. We play Necromancy. Oh! Oh! Cancel. Undo. 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 That's really annoying. So we play top. And then what? We just pass the turn. Yeah, we just pass the turn. Oh wow! Kozilek reshuffled his entire graveyard, so I couldn't do the Palinchron play. That's annoying. So we'll see what he does. He can obviously animate Lava Claw Reaches, which he should. And it'll kill me. He doesn't know that. That it'll kill me. I mean, I have a strong, decent hand, so he plays Cultivate, yeah. Doesn't matter. He gets more islands, so he probably has Cryptic Command. There's no other reason to get more islands, I think. He has, yet again, Baleful Strix, yeah, fine. If he's gonna try to negate Thirst for Knowledge, I'm obviously gonna remand it. So we play Thirst. It resolves. We discard 2 lands, right? Yep. We're gonna look at the top 3, see what we get. We get Vizara. First card will be the last card drawn, so like this then. Okay, we play a land. I think we have to go for just playing Vizara and hope it resolves. He only has negate, so it should resolve, but we might be dead. We'll see. I mean, if I get on tap the turn after this, we'll draw the Rocket Tar Pit. It comes into play that, but we basically have 2 counters up then. So yeah, get Mystical. See what he gets. He can get the Wheel of Fortune and hope to get there. He can activate Love Claw Reaches and I will block, obviously. It's a close match. I mean, Sneak Attack is really annoying to deal with. And I have limited outs against it. I might bring in Relic of Progenitus, but then I have to bring in the Trinket Mage yet again. So we got Gifts Ungiven, and he draws Gifts Ungiven here. This is pretty interesting, right? I mean, what is he gonna gift for this time? He only has 1 mountain left then, so he basically gets what, 4 creatures? And then I just pick the creature that doesn't kill me, and I get to reanimate one of them. So yeah, Palinchron obviously going to the graveyard. I don't want to give him infinite mana. I dealt with it once, I can't deal with it twice. Tendrils will kill me. Brain Freeze. What's the Storm like? It's 1. Yeah, Storm is 1. So Palinchron goes into graveyard, right? So Tendrils, if he has land, kills me. So I have to remove Tendrils. He can play Frantic Surge and untap 2 lands, play Brain Freeze for 9, but that doesn't kill me. So Tendrils is the one that goes away as well. Then next turn I have Zara up, and I can Necromancy the Palinchron. So he has regrowth for Palinchron and do a bunch of stuff here. So we had the regrowth. There's obviously no way I can deal with that. And let's see what he does here. He's also done on time because of the things he has been doing all the time. I'm actually curious if you guys have enough audio from me. So what does this mean? I block the Palinchron if he ever attacks with it. Oh, he has Brain Freeze, right? But it doesn't matter. Oh, it does matter. Yeah, let's just F6 and let him go through it. It's gonna cost him a lot of time. It's gonna be boring for you guys to watch. I understand that it's also boring for me to watch. But he's basically gonna do this an insane number of times, generate an insane amount of mana. Which is fine for me. He can generate an insane amount of mana, but it's not upping his storm count at this point. So he basically hard casts Palinchron at a certain point and starts returning it and just dumping the mana in that and then brain freezing me out, which is fine. I'll die because of it. I'll concede when all the brain freeze triggers are on the stack, but it's gonna cost him like 2 to 3 minutes. And then next game he has to win within 6 minutes. It's a bit of an asshole move to do, but if it's kind of decky played. And yeah, as I said before, it's probably gonna be boring for you guys to watch, and I'll try to talk through it. So basically, we're F6. We're gonna draw Rocket Arpit or we're gonna die. That's basically it. We have 2 counters, so if you untap, we might win, but we'll see. So yeah, other stuff. I also signed up for Hearthstone, the beta. I think it's a fun game to see or to play or whatever. I'm actually surprised he didn't just regrow. Oh no, it didn't. So I also signed up for the Hearthstone beta. Didn't get a message from it yet, and it's beta, so it's really hard to get into, especially since a lot of people actually want to get into it. But we'll see if we get it. I don't know if I'll ever buy it if it comes out, because of the money dump. Of course, Magic also costs money, especially to be playing Cube, but it's fun to do, and it's something I've been doing for a very long time. Compared to Hearthstone, it's still not balanced. It's a totally different kind of game, obviously. So he changed his his game, and he's gonna Serum Visions here. He's gonna Impulse. I have no clue what he's looking for. He might cast Wheel of Fortune, stuff like that. I really don't care at this point. Everything is gonna resolve that he's gonna play. So yeah, he has 10 mana. And he plays Brain Freeze for 15, which isn't enough. So let's F3 or F7, one of the two, to get us out of F6 mode. So these go to the graveyard, yeah. These go to the graveyard, yeah. Nicobola's gone. Control Magic gone. And Brainstorm. Oh, he started himself. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so everything becomes reshuffled for him. So basically he already wasted 3 minutes and a half doing whatever he is doing. So he has tendrils here? No. Why did he just target me a bunch of times and then him? So he has Rude Awakening. Okay. And then he attacks with everything. Yeah, I'll consider it here. That's fine. That was funny. So I think I want a Relic in. We still have the Trinket Mage in, so what do we want out then? Maybe the Nightscape, maybe the Ravenous. Persecute, what do we want to hit? I still don't think there's a very specific color we want, so not gonna do that. We might want Oblivion Stoning just to stop his shenanigans. What do we want out? And maybe the Grave Titan, we already have enough pressure, I think. And we might want the Nicol Bolas out. Then we're not playing any red though, and if we're not playing any red, we can just go to a 2-color deck. Is this good against them? I think we should be good enough without it, so we'll remove any red we have in our deck. And then at land, suggests, sure. How many swamps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think it's one island too much. So we'll add in an extra swamp. Done. And how many creatures do we have? Not that many, but good enough. So let's submit. I will play first, and I will keep this. It's not the best hand, of course, but it has something. I can Trinket Mage for top, which is basically really strong. I can play Undermine the turn after that. We'll activate this and get the Watery Grave. Won't pay 2 life, obviously. We draw Jace. Yep. We draw Jace. Easy. Oh, so then Trinket Mage into top. Or just keep Undermine up. So he has Knight's Whispers. Yeah. We play Trinket Mage. Of course I want to use the ability, we get Senses Divining top. This is why Trinket Mage is good. It's a creature, it's a beater, so he has to have an out. So next turn he can cast Sneak Attack if he has it. I don't think I want to do anything against that. And I just want to play Jace and start brainstorming. Put 2 lands back, begin combat, declare attackers. So I know there's 2 lands on top. He has 4 mana, so Sneak Attack can become an issue, but he doesn't seem to have it. He has 3 mana. This is interesting. So he has a 4th mana now. Does he have the Sneak Attack? No, he has an Expel. Oh, he just has Frantic Search. Oh, he's gaining mana like this, right? Yeah, he is. That's interesting. He discards Rude Awakening, and it's an interesting deck he drafted. I actually like it. And Cultivate, so he can untap everything. And he has 5 mana then. But I mean, Jace on board is really good. He has the Sneak Attack. Great. So that's annoying. What did he discard that's good for me? Nothing. So we can play top here. We can play this, and then we can brainstorm again. I think that's the way to go. The only way to go. And we have Relic of Progentis as well, which we will cast. Just in case we have to activate it, we have the option to. It's a bit annoying that they add a Sneak Attack, but I mean, there's nothing I can do about it, is there? We have to find an out against this now. He can only drop 1 creature every turn, but it's still strong enough to kick my ass. 5 mana. Bring it in. Oh, so he does that the Palinchron again? Oh my god, really? You have got to be shitting me, right? He doesn't gain any mana with it though, so he can do this as much as he wants, but it's not gaining him anything. It doesn't increase Storm, it doesn't generate the mana, he's basically just wasting his own goddamn time. He can kill Jace with it word attacking. And I think he realized he's not gaining mana. He only has 5 minutes left, so he plays Impulse, looking to find something. He can kill Jace with the Palinchron, which is something I would do at this point. I mean, Jace is strong enough on its own, right? So he's gonna untap his mana here. No, he can't. Yes, he can untap it. But he can never gain mana, so. Or can he? No, he can't. If I was him, I would really just cast something and attack with the Palinchron. So yeah, he is attacking with the Palinchron. I have two options. I can since the Divine Top, hope to hit Dismember on the last card. I think it's a bit too risky and just gonna let the chase die. It's gonna cost him his Palinchron, which I can reanimate the turn after this, and if he casts something that I don't wanna see, I can always just reanimate something. So end of turn, I'm obviously gonna look at the top 3. I don't want any of these, but let's exile this and draw a bunch of cards and look at the top 3 yet again. Where is it? It's here. So there is a Dismember, so first card click will be less card drawn, so we don't want to see the island here, we want a Dismember. Untap, play a land, begin combat, declare attackers, boop. And then, yeah, we'll pass the turn. So he casts Brainstorm, fine. We still don't have an out against his sneak attack though. All his dust is basically what we want to draw, and it stops his entire combo. We could have kept the Undermine up to stop the sneak attack being cast. I think it's a viable option, but so he has Regrowth for Brainstorm. Odd choice. So here he brings in the Palinchron. I think I'll kill it. So yeah, we'll cast it for full cost and kill it here. He has a negate which I can undermine. So the Palinchron is gone. He does have a bunch of mana this turn, but there's nothing I can do about that. He only has 3 cards. I can reanimate the Palinchron next turn, and then he can't get it back. He has a Brainstorm, yeah. I know I'm gonna draw Ancestral Visions as well. So we don't tap 7 lands, right? So I gain 6 mana extra to play with. That's fine. Now you might ask, why do you want to reanimate the Palinchron? Why wouldn't I want to reanimate the Palinchron? It's a 4/5. I can return to his hands, which is probably something I don't want to. And he's targeting. What is he targeting? He's targeting me. For how much? How much is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 21. Oh wow. So yeah, I still got this, I think, because I can basically reanimate whatever I want at this point. No, it's not gonna be enough, right? No, it's not. So yeah, we'll see. What's my graveyard like? What is something I wouldn't mind reanimating here? Vizara is in there, Precursor is in there. So let's draw a card. Basically the last card we have was a land. That's odd. So where is my 7 drop? Oh, here it is. So Mere Battlesphere does 8, that's lethal, right? So we can float a bunch of mana. Oh, why would I do that? Undo, because I can't get the Palinchron in. Undo. So we play land, so that's 3. I just reanimate the Mere Battlesphere, that's 8, 9, 10 damage, and then he has a blocker. If you reanimate this and he has a single blocker, he's still alive. If you reanimate Vizara, it's not lethal, so I have to go for one of these two. I think... No, the Precursor Golem is lethal if I have the Nightscape, right? So, but if he has removal, like Volcanic Fallout, I think Precursor Golem is just the better way to go. Pay a single black, yeah. Okay. Begin combat, declare attacker of this, he goes down to 9. Then we play Nightscape Familiar, we play a Coalition Relic to regenerate it if we want to. And then we'll see. So yeah, all that action before was a bit annoying. If he has removal here, we're dead. If he doesn't, we win. Oh, he has Cryptic Command, really? No, he doesn't. He could still have Cryptic Command though, but he can draw and he can put in a creature, yeah, and then block, but that's not lethal, right? Oh my god, he has a creature. So he blocks and that's 9 still, so that's not good enough. Oh, wow, it's exactly enough. So yeah, I picked the right target and I won this, and I'll see you in round 2.